Alright guys and gals, let's see if I can finish up the terrain today. And this is for our outdoor amphitheater project. And yes, I got some stuff laying in the lot. Found two of these tiles off of a set review that I pulled off. So, I don't know about these more and more. I may pop those out. Put these in here. So, last installment, we did this corner here. We got the rock facade. And now today, we're going to finish this one up. And remember, we were discussing, instead of just having it kind of cup around, I'm going to probably have it taper down to the side just a little bit. And, you know, I left all these in here and stuff. And I don't know what I'm going to need in here. But we'll find out. And in addition to all that, I have all the bins around me prepared. Alright. So let me get all this stuff out of here. And I'm still busy doing reviews. And I just managed to edit out the piece that goes over here. I'm processing it now and getting ready to send it up to YouTube for your viewing pleasures or your entertainment. And while that one's doing that, I'm working on this one because I have about 10 days to get this done for my target date, which is like the end of June. And I think today's the 16th. Yes, it is. Today is Father's Day, June 16th, 2024. Happy Father's Day to everybody out there who's a dad. I'm not a dad, and this is the first year without my dad. So this day here is just any other day. I'm just keeping my mind off of all that. So, yeah. That's pretty much what that is. Alrighty. So I got everything here situated around me today. So we're going to get through this real quick. I want to get this done lickety-split. So let's get going here. And for the most part, I'm just trying to get the this done. I have a bunch of tutorials. This is not what's in the way. What's in the way is all the review stuff. So right now I'm trying to get done with processing. I got about another, I think I got 8 reviews left to finish up. And they're not short ones, they're long ones. And once I get those done, I will start doing the fun stuff again. It'll be a while, but, you know, I mean, it is what it is. Alright. So I got to leave both of these here. Because I got to tie this into here and here. So I can't just kind of bail on it a little bit. But remember, though, I'm only cloning it to here. And then I got to taper down here, and I don't, hold on, I messed up. Let me pop that out. Well, that doesn't want to budge. Man, that just did not even want to come off the base plate down there. That's just a 2x4 brick. I would expect that from a plate. And my summer has been depressingly been boring. It's not fun today. Not fun this summer. It's been hot. I think next week we're going to be reaching temperatures of 122. So just imagine how hot that's going to be. You know where I'll be at, probably in the pool or in here with the air condition. One of the two places, you know. And yeah, you know, I'll be hiding out. I'll be hiding in the room here. I won't be where it's hot. Alright, so let's kind of get back over here. Remember last time I had to separate these, so I got to clone this again. And I'm looking over here. I did use a few of these back here. I have some of them, but I don't know. This color is not really a popular one, so let's see what I have in here, in my arsenal here. It's just been very busy doing reviews, and I get those disgruntled fans that, you know, complain. Oh, why don't you get these done faster? It's called life. Can't just do that. Alright, so we have 6 here, and then I didn't get out the 1 by 1s. We'll get those in a little bit. I'm trying to eliminate times that I have to get up and pause the video and edit that out. So that's what I'm trying to do right now. So this may be the last installment. If it is, we're just doing terrain. But so far this, and this is done. I may have to do some tweaking up a bit, but it's for the most part complete. And right now I'm just finishing this up. Alright. Alright, so see how I went back around here? I may have to put something here. Okay, and if I have to, so be it. I don't want to get too involved here with this. See, I could... You know what I could do is stick a gray one in there instead of doing that. Or I could just go over the top. I don't think I'm going to see that corner. So what my goal is to get this done by the end of June, and to show you guys and gals what it looks like after it has been assembled. I haven't built the trees yet, or the bushes, but I'm not doing that in this on this channel here. That'll be like the icing on the cake. I'm just showing you how to bake the cake, or what the process is here. All right, so I'm not going to go crazy on things. All right, and we need to clone this here. And I don't have I could have done this one here, but I don't. Make sure this could still be separated. A bench will go here. Remember, I was saying I'm going to have them sitting on this, like that. Okay. So this right here is actually going to support my bench. All right. Okay, that's why it looks kind of funny. It looks kind of sloppy right now, but just imagine it all being done with benches and stuff. And let me see here. Let's take care of that now. Do I have the round plates here? I am literally just covered up with tons of bins. And I've been going through a bunch of parts, pulling sets apart. And at least I'm getting something done. And these are not, this is a different type of plate. I don't put these in there. I don't know why that's in there to begin with. Let me put that over there. But once I rip all these sets apart, I'll have a lot more parts. Actually, I've also been tearing apart a bunch of MOCs too. Alright, so we'll put that there like that. Okay. And then, matter of fact, you won't even see that there anyways, just one of those. Maybe it might be fine. And then I used a 2x4 plate here. Well, I got one right there. I may see this one here in the corner, so I'll shove that there. But you know what I may just do? See, it's kind of wasteful here. I got 2 of these back here. If I put this bench here, I only see these anyways, and I need just a few more of these. I may be inclined to pop those out and put these right here. Okay. Not too bad. Okay. And we remember the last installment we stuck what was it, a 16 by 16 and an 8 by 16 here. So I'm just going to flip it over here. But remember, I'm going to go down. I'm not going up. So if I decide to do that, the 16 by 16, if I decide to put it here, it would be right about, it'd be right here. This is already flat, right here. But I want to go down a little bit. I may just hump the ground up and back down. It'd be easier to put a full piece here and a full piece here. Okay, and let's just let me I could do, let me get this off my lap. Why don't I just come in here real quick and build this up in the back, and then we'll start from there. This is what we did the last time, kind of cheated through this a little bit. And then shove this in here. Well, we don't want to go that low. You know what? What if I do that? Well, now it's too high. You know what I could do? Is I can just do it like this. Shove that there. And just pre-make a part. Yeah, I've been cleaning off the memory cards too. I mean, at least I'm getting all the review stuff done. Now it fits in there perfectly. And yeah, guys and gals, it's the reviews. It's kind of, it's just kind of bogging me down. I want to get onto some tutorials. I filmed one the other night, and it's more or less done. It's just, you know, trying to get everything finished up. Okay, so now we got that. Now, I have a feeling we have, might be, yeah, I'll be covering this up here. So let me, I came in here and did it like this. Let me separate here just a little bit. There's 5 here, then we got a 6, 6, then I moved it down like that. So let me do that real quick. Now, I remember I said the reason why I use 2x2s, if you watch the last installment, is because if you're building your own terrain, this is what most people have. I have a bin of these, never bought any, I've never ever had to buy any 2x2 bricks. So that's what it is. And see, I'll put that there, and now I'm tied right into here. Okay, then I'll fill that in with some stuff. We got to get a slope here and a slope here. I'm not worried about that now, because that means I have to get up. I'll get to that later on. Okay. We have this, but this is pretty buried here. Yeah, we'll stick that in there. I think the last time we had to get a 1x4 in there. And then, yeah. And here, at this point, this is up just a little high. And I can actually stick, because remember I said I'm going to kind of bring a path. There's going to be a path right here. What I'm thinking of is I'm going to have the path, let's say over here, across from this, right? So honestly, I'm thinking, because an 8x6 or 16x16 would terminate there. It would fit in this area. What if I want to come up like this and pop this out? Okay, like that. So I would need, you know what, I'd be inclined to just stick a green one of these here. No, I can't because I got the path here. I got some 8x8s. So stick a sand yellow 8x8 here and a green one here. And then I can just stick 2 of these in the back here, would be fine. And we can nail that out. So let's prepare that now before I get up and get the parts. And to get it, use my famous pillar system. And then alrighty, well let me trim one of these off real quick. Okay, because I'm going to put a header above the top of this right there. Alright. And then I'm just going to grab some random colors. And alright, let's do it like this here. Do it backwards. I just need to, oh wait a minute, you know what, hold on, let's do it like this instead. I don't even need to do it, I could just do it like this. And that would be more than, that would suffice. Then I can put a 2 8x8s in here, an 8x8 here and an 8x8 here. Alright, and we won't see this. But remember, I'm going down a little bit. So my best bet is to have the ground here, and it's going to go down. So yeah, that changes things. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to get me, there goes the dingy dingy of the phones again. Let's fill this in first. We'll come up from there. So let me get a 1x4 here. Slopes, 1x2 jumper plates. We already got this one here, which would fit right there. Yeah. Okay. Let me get a 1x4 brick, some 1x1s, and we'll get the stuff for this, and we'll get going. Okay. I think I got everything I need. I may have forgot some stuff, but you know how that goes. Okay. Okay, we're going to put that there. Remember, I got to build up. Uh-oh, we got a hole there. Does that really matter? It's going to be held in here. Not really, but, well, we'll shove that in there and we'll put this on top. I may have to start putting all these devices on mute when I'm doing these because it does get distracting after a while. Now I know what the teachers went through when they would do the school stuff. Then we'll stick this plate right here. Okay. Because this is going to be our terrain. Remember, I'm going to put a little boulder in here. Something like that, but not as big. Maybe no more than 2 bricks tall. Okay. Alright. And it's okay if this is a little rough here. That's fine. It's terrain. We're going to go down. Alright, so I got the studs. I'm not sponsored by them, I just use their containers. And let's start back buttering one of these. We got to put a step down here anyways. You know, I got made fun of by some guys in the community because I use butter containers. And you know what? Here's the deal. It's got 4 sides, a bottom, and a removable lid. I don't care. They can make fun of me all they want. Because at the end of the day, I'm enjoying the hobby. We'll set that there. Then I can set my bench on top of that. And then there we go. Now I got my steps up in here. And I got the 1x1s. We needed them for something. You know what? I think I forgot to put 1x1s in here, and I did. We haven't done this in the last installment. why do you think I said we're going to be polishing it up? And I just brought enough just for this. And I don't think I have any more of those in here. So I'll probably will have to get up and get them. Well, maybe not. I found one in here. But I know I'm going to need to get some 1x1 plates for these. All right. See, that's sometimes I got to get more. I almost said a bad word. Get more stuff off my grocery list. Got my 1x4 to put in here. Okay, so took care of that. We've got to get the tiles in there and stuff. And there we go. Now, we still got to build a tier up to go here, but now I'm going to kind of roll it down here. There's going to be a path right here. Okay. So what I'm going to do is let's build this up right here. We're going to get a 8x16 sand yellow. And we're going to put it in there. Well, we got to prepare it first. I'm not going to let you guys and gals off that easy and make these episodes real short. Deprive you of your viewing enjoyment. I gotta keep the ASMR stuff going here. I've had a few fans that they fall asleep to these, or they use them as room noise, like to fill up a room with noise. That's quite all right. At least somebody's listening to it and enjoying it for something. I know some that get offended over that, and I'm like, I don't. Everybody has their preferences. All right, and then here is going to be this height here. So what I'm going to focus on is that this is going to be the same height as this, but this is dropped down. This here, I'm just going to kind of bring up. So let me prepare. Do we need this? I could put this here. No one's going to see it. Do I really want to waste gray? I got plenty of it, actually. And there's steps that are going to go over here, like we did here. I'm just going to clone this. I use some of this color here. I'm just going to tack some of it in here. It's not a big deal. Now, I'm going to be honest with you guys and gals. I'm not in the mood to work on this today. I'm on the mood to do the trees and stuff. Well, it wouldn't look too appealing to have this hole left open when we do the tour. It'd be incomplete anyways. You know. Ooh, red 2x4 bricks are very rare for me. I don't have a whole lot of them, but there's a bunch right in this corner. You know why? Because I ripped apart something that had a bunch of red bricks. I think it might have been one of those Minecraft sets too. The Minecraft sets some people hide from. They're like, Jay, I'm scared of Minecraft sets. I'm like, or the Friends sets. Okay, so it's right here. I'm going to add a pillar here. All right, we are too low. We need to add a little higher. You may see it a little differently than I do here. Okay. I'm just building this area up here because we're going to start. Once I get the platforms put in here, it goes so fast. Right now, not so fast. Ooh, I'm going to show you something. See the difference in color of blue there? This one's starting to turn like a greenish blue. Yeah, blue is very nasty. I've had these in a climate-controlled room. This is practically in good shape, no scratches, and you can see the difference. This is starting to yellow. And eventually that blue will get brittle and it'll fall apart. And if you think medium azure or dark azure is safe, no. You know how white will turn yellow sometimes? If you see it on vintage computers, game consoles. I think Lego does mix in some flame retardant stuff in here. And in the computer programming stuff, that's what they use. So, so be it. Okay, this is actually going to be up the same height as this. All right. I'm just preparing a deck. Now, I don't know how this is going to turn out, so I think what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to, the path is going to be right here in the middle. So I think what I'm going to do is grab some of these. Now, I can't just go right there, but I can do it like this. Like that. Now it's the same height as this, and I got a nice deck to work on. Notice I didn't pound on that. Oh, wait a minute, but I want this to hang over a bit. Like that. Well, no, you're not going to see that anyways. Why am I doing that? Let me just build the middle ones real quick. Now, the reason why I don't ever see the yellowing and greens and yellows and stuff, because that stuff, it's pretty much prone to it. But you'll see it in grays, anything with blue in it, like flame yellowish orange, you won't see it most likely in. Those are 6, this is only 5. Now, why don't I just use 2x2s? Basically, that's what that is. Because I got a bunch more 2x4s and 2x2s, and every one of these I try to build differently. My goal is when I do a mock or a tutorial, I always like to build things slightly different. And the reason being is, you know, to explore and examine different building techniques and ideas. And that, here's a slope that's not supposed to be in there. Hey, even when I go through this, I got to sort too. I don't think I've ever seen pink yellow before. It may. Obviously, tan it probably won't. Okay. Alright, so now we can put our plate here. We're going to have one here, but it drops here. Now remember I said I'm going to think of how I want to do this. I want to put this one here. I think the best option is just to use a couple of these where I know the path is going to be. So if I set this right here, I want to set it here. That's not sturdy enough. I wouldn't use that anyways. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to build a little bridge here, like this, and set that right in there. Or I could do, yeah, I guess that would be fine. I'm afraid if I press on this, this thing's going to come collapsing in. Okay, but I can still go right here. I'm trying to avoid using the reddish brown, so I'm kind of ignoring that color. And then I guess I can use one of these. I'm not sure how this is going to turn out anyways. And then kind of shove that in there and wiggle it in. Now remember over here it was kind of buried, so I don't really care about this. Okay. Then you still need to, I need to stick something in there. Well, I can just stick a green one in there. And let's get this corner here wrapped up too. And, oh wait a minute, I just remembered something. This needs to be like this. Okay. Do I care about here? Not really, but still, it's okay to make mistakes. I make tons of them in my mocks and tutorials. You never see them, but I do. And the path, I think we're going to have it kind of wrapped around. I don't know what color I'm going to use here. So just to be safe, not that one, that one. Put that in there. And now, oh, wait a minute. You know what? No. Because I don't know what I'm going to do there yet. Let me get a 2x4. So now I have extra support underneath that. Okay. So let me get an 8x16 and a 16x16, and we'll see where we go from there. Okay, I ran into a problem. I have plenty of these. Not 8x16s, but 8x8s. Next time I place an order, I'm probably going to order maybe 4 or 5 of those 8x16 sand yellows. Go figure, I ran out. Okay. Actually, I needed a bunch of those. So I need to put a sand yellow here and a couple here. So I miscalculated. So let's put these in first. Remember I said there's going to be some landscape in here, but I'm going downhill. I may be inclined to pop. Well, we don't know yet. Let's just put this in here. If worst comes to worst, what I can do is just mat it down just a little bit here and just kind of put a little island right there. And we'll set this one right here. And I'm just going to push that down in there. I'm going to have to get 2 more of these. Well, that's to be expected. Hey, welcome to mock building. You ever get into mock building and you run out of parts? Yeah. It doesn't matter if there's a hole there. We're not going to see that when we're done. Let's get that in there. Yeah, that just means I need to order some more of that size. Remember, I got a lot more campground terrains to build eventually, so I'm going to need to get more. Okay, that means now we're ready to start tapering and building this off. But before I do anything, I'd like to focus here. Now, I'm going to get 2 more tan 1x2 flat tiles. And I don't know. So let me get these real quick. And some tan tiles, and we'll go from there. Right. I do have plenty of these, so that's good. At least we're saved. Which size is easy to work with? 8x8s are easier to work with. They're more flexible to work with in terms of terrain. But if you want to get done in a hurry, 16x16s or 8x16s. All right. Got a little bit of a bubble there. It just doesn't want to go down. There we go. Could be the plates warped too. Really just sucking that down in there. There we go. And got my tiles for my benches, so we can set these in here. Okay, now what I'm doing here, I'm going to take this terrain and curve it like this. The path is going to be kind of like that. So I'm just going to come in here. Let's work right in this area, and I forgot to get some 1x1s for these. We'll worry about those in a bit. So now let's start filling that in. And let's see what we got here. We could just use some of these, because at this point now I don't think I'm going to be using any more here. In terms of that, and yeah, it hides that hole there. You don't have to worry about that now. Alright, and then now what I'm going to probably do here is kind of build this down a little bit. You can use slopes or green. Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Now, I can match this over here, or I could do something different. I used a bunch of, I could use a 1x6 here. We already have up to here done. I need to get these slopes in here. Let me go get the 1x1 plates, and we'll take care of that right now and knock it out. And that's what I have for 1x1 plates. They're in a big, large butter container. And that's a lot. I think I've only bought a handful of these in just some oddball colors. There we go. Now, the reason why I'm focused here is because I'm going to use this in here as my marker. These go right here. And remember, I'm going to be setting my benches in here. I only needed just one. Okay, well then I guess we're done with that. Okay, so now I want to focus my attention here. Okay, so we'll start right there, what we did here. Now, I don't have a whole bunch of those round plates in sand yellow. I was thinking about maybe buying a few more of them eventually. But then it dawned on me I still have a bunch of sets to part out. Let's say I shove that there. Yeah, that would be fine. That's where the last one's at. That's what I used here. Yeah, I guess we can. Okay. And then I have one of these that I could use. I don't have to match the other side up. I could just shove this right in here. Remember, I got to taper the ground down just a bit. The last time we were doing this, I thought I was running out of these. So I stuck this in here. Oh, wait a minute. You know why I didn't use that? If I have one more of these, I may take these out and put these in there. We'll see. We will see. And I can shove this guy right here, like this, like we did before right here. Then, remember I was talking about I want to taper my terrain down. So let's see what we have here. I got a couple of these. Something like that. Okay, it's okay with this here. But I kind of want to bring this out a bit more right about here. So let's say do that. I gotta get over here. Get a 2x4 and shove that in there like that. And now I could start bringing my terrain down just a little bit, just to kind of subtly bring it down just a little bit here. Now remember, I'm going to have a path right here. So we need to build this up just a hair right here. We're going to go down a little bit. So let's focus our attention here. Okay. Now, as far as for this is concerned, I shoved. I can do that there too. Put a one. Yeah, I may just do that here. Or what I could do, yeah, we'll just do it like I did over there. And then this right here, we'll push this here. What about that hole there? We don't know yet. Or I can just shove that in there, but we don't know. We do not know. It's okay to get up and get more parts if we need them. You know. Path is going to be right here. So what I'm going to do is build this up right here. Okay. And then I can come in here and take a 2x4 and just shove that right there. This could be left a little higher. And then right here, you know what would look really good? We'll stick a 2x3 there. All right. Now I want to spill this back over here a little bit. Let's see what we have in the round bin. See what I mean? Lots of fun here. Okay. So I can come in here and do something like this. And have my path like that. Kind of have it rounded in there. That's too steep. I don't think I have any smaller ones. I have dark green or earth green. Oh, wait a minute. I was talking about putting a little rock in here, huh? It'd be nice to have a rock right here. Why don't I just do that? Leave this here, and we'll just blend our rock in right here. Okay. And then now we can focus here. This is a path. I got one of these, and I got one of these. I can do the same thing like I did over here. Because I don't see any more of those. I really don't want steep stairs like here. Kind of want to just bring it out here and do it slowly. One here, maybe one here, and there. There'll be a rock here blended into this. Let's see. I kind of want to slope it off this way. Let's pop that out. If I decide to do that, I kind of want to set the terrain on like this. I got an idea. Okay. Not sure how that's going to go. And yes, I'm bumping into the camera for those who get seasick. It's not on purpose. It's just cramped quarters right now. And I have to warn everybody because, Christmas colors. We'll stick this right here. Now I can say, okay, there's my landscape, and then I can come back in here and we can fill that in there. Okay. And then now I can get an 8x8 here. All right. Then I'm going to come back in here. It's going to go like this, but I think we would be fine because I want the terrain to look like it's kind of like it's compacted down, maybe an undercut type thing, where the ground's been eroded away here. So I'm going to shove this. Let me go get that. Or I can just grab from the bin, but I got too much parts on the floor in here anyways. We're going to do it like this. And I'm going to set this right in there. Now, that's what we did over here. We grabbed a bunch of plates. Remember, I'm going to bring this off here. Remember how I did it here? I'm going to do it here. I'm just going to come right here and bring it like this. Sticking that in there might be a little too hard. So, I may drag out the bin of 2x4s. We're going to continue on here. Let me fill that in right there real quick. And anything else I need to get? Do I even... I can shove that right in there and that would look fine, huh? Kind of don't want to do that. Let me go ahead. Let me get my 2x4s and a 2x4, 1x1, and 1x6 brick. And then we're going to tackle this area and start building this up. I forgot to get the 1x6 brick. We'll come back and get that later. It's okay, no big hurry to get that done right now. We got other things we got to do. I did manage to get one of these and one of these. We can start piecing together the rough country terrain here. Got to piece that in there. Boy, that just kind of weird looking there. Now, when I reproduce this thing in stud, it's basically a shell. I don't ever expect to make a building guide out of any of this. All right, we need to build this up here a bit more. Okay. And I did get some of these here. And let's start grabbing. We're going to start blending our terrain here a little bit. Somebody did ask me, how big is my Lego room or Lego workshop? I'll be honest with you, it's only, it's 10 by 10. It's the size of a small bedroom. I kid you not. I have a 2,000 square foot workshop that I'm slowly converting over. And with taking care of parents, full-time job, I'm talking about 60 hours a week, maybe 30 minutes a week I'd probably go out there just to move stuff around. And yeah, that's how it is. I can't have it all. I can shove that in there, but that's kind of brutal. Okay, I don't want to use big plates. A couple ways I can do it. Best thing to do is to stick, because this is 3 here, this would be 1. If I come and put 2, that'd be fine. So what I'm going to do is just shove these in here like this. It's easy to mess with small plates, folks. Okay. And I got to get more of those. I used my last one there. And then right here, I'm just going to kind of blend it in a little bit more. Okay, I'm not worried about it now. Let's see here. We need to put this up here. Well, let's prepare it. Yeah, building terrain is fun, but it's also, if you've noticed, it's a lot of work. Lots of work. It's very rewarding, though. Okay, we can't do that. Alright, so what I'm going to do is do it like this. And shove that in there. What do I do about that? I think I have a 2x6, or I can just use a 1x6 brick in there too. Yeah, I may just... You know, I could just do that, huh? Yeah, let's do that. I do have some 1x8s I can stuff in there and some 1x3s. Just take this out right here. And then I can just definitely shove this in here. And then plug that in here like this. You know, I guess I could. Put that in there. Sloppy terrain. That looks really good when it's done. Okay, now we can start putting these in. Remember, I'm going to blend it in that, so I don't care. It's kind of blocky. It looks like Minecraft. I need to break this loose because it'd be easier for me to look at it this way here. And sorry you can't see what I'm doing, but I'm just tacking it in. And then I'm going to slowly work this in here. May have to stick my finger in there to do this because this is kind of... let me move this out of the way. I think we're done with this for right now. And these are very lightweight. They're not as heavy as you think. It'll get heavy when I put all the features on it. Okay. Alright. We don't want that there. That's what I'm saying. You got to be very... Oh, look what it's doing. It's starting to do that buckling thing under there. So, means I'll have to peel it off, figure out what's going on here. Yeah, this is starting to collapse. Well, let's fix it now before it does. See, it's... Okay, let's rip it all apart. Well, since this over here is behaving a bit better, let's shove this over here and we'll just shove a smaller plate in there. Okay, I mean... Sorry if you can't see a whole lot. My main goal right now is to get this secured, not messing with the camera. So before we can start putting the fun stuff, the accessories in the build, we have to do all this. This is a prerequisite. Now this thing was falling in, so what I'm going to propose to do is shove that in here. Okay, now I need to get me some more 2x4s. I'll see if I can get me see if I can find some 4x4s and a 4x6 in this color. I'm going to start filling that in. Okay. I forgot to get this. Whoops, I got all the other stuff. Okay, now I got it. I'm just going to back butter and shove this in there. Probably won't see this piece, but we don't know yet. So to prevent it from caving in, we just do it backwards. There we go. Now, let's focus our attention on these steps here. I got the stuff to finish this up right here. Still got to get some 1x2 plates. I'm not worried about that right now. We have our steps here. If I manage to find a 4x6 in this color, and kind of use that right there, and I don't want this thing falling in, so what I'm going to do is I could grab my 4x8s. I think what I'm going to do here is shove this in right there. Remember, my path's going to go like this. I think I'm just going to use just 2 of these. And what did I do with them? Oh, there they are. I need the studs. What better way to spend Father's Day than to do Lego stuff? So I hope if you guys out there who are dads, I hope you're spending time with your kids, doing the Lego stuff with them, like hanging out in the Lego room and just having fun. I know some of my buddies on Father's Day, they don't do that. They just watch the game and stuff. I mean, that's quite all right, but yeah, from personal experience, I wish I could hang out with my dad again. But to each his own. There we go. Now we got our path. And now we got our path coming down here. Put it back up to here. And now I want to kind of go like this. Okay, so now I want to start blending things in. I may be just inclined to shove that there. I don't know yet. Okay. So if you've ever wondered how those guys in those big brick shows do this stuff, this is how they do it. I hope I'm not one short. Oh no, I'm not. Kind of springy there. Maybe we should have fortified that up a bit more. Okay, now it's kind of like this, and then it go right here. But remember, I'm probably going to do is I'm going to set some like 1x6s and 1x4s in here, like what I did here. So just shove something like this. I may bring this over like that, shove a 1x2 in here, and just kind of offset these. So I'm going to do that right now. Get the studs here. I mean, yeah, I mean it's looking pretty good. It's just a lot of this. I don't want to waste my sand green. How long will I keep this display up for? Honestly, probably for a month, and then it's goodbye. It's ripped apart. It'll be backed up into a program so I can recreate it later on. So let's say I ever wanted to display this at a brick convention or something, I have the provisions to do it. Alright, so that's, you know, some guys, they don't back them up. I don't know, back them up. Yes, it takes time, but if you ever want to rebuild it, well, you obviously have the parts to do it. Okay, now we can come in here and do it like this. Now it's blended right in here. Well, that is unacceptable. So I need to get a 1x2 green brick, place it in here, and some 1x2 plates. So let me go get a couple of those. Put that right in there. Okay, we'll build that up later. Okay, so I can't... Oh, wait a minute. That's right. I'm going to come in here like this. I don't need to get a plate and stuff it in there. Just do that. I do need to fill this in, though, and kind of taper this down here a bit. This is fine right here. I mean, I can cover it with some slopes. I can get a 1x4 plate and shove it in here. And then right here I can just get some bricks. I'll just grab a couple of these, plug them right in there. When I get to this here, okay, I'm going to bring it like this. And I'm going to fix this up over here. Before I do, let me... Oh, now I know what I did with it. And we'll shove that right there. Okay, and then right here, we're going to build that up real quick. Something like that. Push that back a little further there. It's okay. Problem is, this is like a brick high here. Now I can come right here, that'd be fine, but I got to plan this out right here. It's got a little bit of an undercut. So what I may be inclined to do, what if I shove a 2x2 brick here, and then if I can find one, a 1x2 plate, and shove it in here. The ground looks like it's kind of blended in like that. Then I can come in here and do it like this, and then I can just feather this up a bit more. Okay. And this could be right here. Now, I'm not a fan of sticking that big plate on top of that. Little plates I don't mind, like right about here. It'll lock in, trust me, just got to fight it. Okay, right about there. Little plates are easy to mess with than big plates. And we'll shove this here. If I have one more of those, that'd be perfect. Indeed I do. So, you see how it's kind of doing that right there. And then I'll just come like this. Too squared there. I don't like that. I'm going to stick this right here. And then right here, I'm going to stick a 1x2 right in this corner. And I'll show you what I'm doing here a bit better. It's just very small workbench. See that? And now I need to come in here and fill this in a bit more. That's the wrong size. What I can do to make this better, I may not even need this big piece here. I may just take that out. Or I may not take it out. I'll guarantee I probably don't even have a brick separator close by. Let me go get one. Oh, there it is. I have probably about 200 of these, and I always lose them. You get into this, you'll probably lose yours too. That's the life of a mock builder. You will lose that because it's a heavily used tool. Okay, that's a little too high there. We don't want to shove that there. I can shove a 1x2 here, put a 1x4 here, and then we can just fill this in right here. I don't want to use this. Right here I can obviously stick a 1x2 here. Let's do that. I'm kind of like Bob Ross in this aspect. If you've noticed, I'm using very basic parts to make terrain. You don't have to have the fancy smancy parts, just very basic stuff. There's no need for all that fancy stuff. Bob Ross is a very brilliant man, very brilliant painter. He knows his stuff. And That's what made him really good. That's why they still show his episodes still to this day. I believe on PBS or Create or something like that, they also have on a streaming service, they also stream him 24 hours. People watch him. They do it on, he's even on YouTube. And he passed away when I was a teenager, but I would have killed to take a class with him. Just a painting course. He'd probably be a really cool instructor to take a class with. Okay, let me get a 1x4 plate and a 1x2 brick and a 1x6 brick. But old Bob Ross, he was ahead of his time. If you listen to my stories on my bad experience in art classes back in college, that's what did it in for me. And art is meant to come from the imagination, not from a textbook. Like this, I'm not following any building instructions. I'm just going from what's in my mind, you know, that's all I see. And that's what I see right there, you know. There's nobody telling me how to build it. There's no guide that says, oh, you got to place this brick here. You got to follow the instructions this way and have your parts roll off. You know. I think that looks pretty good like that. I don't know. That might be fine. Maybe stick a 1x1 plate in there or something. You're going to get to that point where you're going to have to do that. But, I mean, look. I mean, I just use very basic parts in here. Nothing's fancy. I didn't use any fancy smancy parts. Just basic things. Basic parts. This is stuff that people have in their collection. It's just kind of like, why do I even have a lot of this in there? You know? I'm not happy with this. It's kind of square. We're going to put a rock right here. Just a little boulder right here in this corner. It kind of just cups around here, and that's it. Just a little one. Maybe one that's just maybe 2 or 3 bricks tall. So I'm going to leave this square here, then I can just blend it into this if I need to. Okay. Kind of go around here, fill all this in. So for the most part, let's inspect here. We're still missing a few studs on these plates or round tiles. And remember I said I had some of these in that one plate that I had extras of, that I had 4 in there which I didn't need. That I can't get out with the crummy brick separator. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just take why did I grab these? I already have 2 there. Maybe it was on this one. That's fine. I don't remember what I needed it for now. I need to put a 1x1 plate, a 1x2 plate there. Let's do that before I forget. I've had some ask me, why don't I sort by color? It wouldn't matter. I still have to hunt through the parts that I don't want. Alright. Alright, we need one here in that area. Okay, I got a couple here. And I got a couple there. Get that out of the way. I think we're good. And I think we're fine. I need to put a tile in here. I'm going to pop this guy out. Alright, let's just pop them all out then. Yeah. And then I'm going to take... I'm going to run out of these. We hadn't even got to the top part yet. You know, I haven't even got to that yet. Alright. Put this here. I still got to build this guy over here. It's like I said, there's a lot of stuff to do. I just wanted to focus on terrain. We hadn't even finished the terrain up yet. I'd say probably another 30-40 minutes this will be done. It's just lots of work. So now I want to come back in over here and build this up. So come right about here. Start setting these in here. May have to get some more 2x3s. I think that'd be fine. And yeah, it's a lot of work. So I need to get some 2x6s, 1x2 flat tile, and my round tiles and jumper plates and stuff. So I kind of want to get this going up here. We're going to clone this over here, and this is probably right about here. Okay. So this over here, I'm going to put a rock. Not too bad. This over here is done. Just the rock's going to sit right here. I don't know what I'm going to do about this yet. But this right here is my main issue in here. This down here is done. So let me get some 2x6s, 6x6s. I'll just get the works. Now I've got to get the jumper plates and stuff in the tile. I will save that for later. I feel like I got my finger poked with the splinter. I was moving some firewood the other day, trying to clean up the side of my house, and yeah, pretty much that's what happened. Stick a couple of 2x4s back here, and I kind of want to round it off here. I could just use a round plate there. Let's do that. I can see the topography in my head. Oh, that's too big. Yeah. Get one of these. Got plenty of these in green. Oh, I don't want that falling all over the place. Right about there. Okay. Make that press down firm. And then I'll have to get a whatchamacallit there. I grabbed me a bunch of 6s, but I don't think I need one. I'm just going to place that right there. So that's how I'm going to do it. And what I need to do is fill underneath here. I'm very limited on green, so I got to be careful how I use it. So I'm going to just stick that in here. 1x6 plates I have plenty of, so I'll do that. Or I could just hold on. I can't see it with this in the way. Okay, let me show you here. See this? I forgot. I got to blend it in with this. Whoops. So, man, I don't have to go up as high. Let me pop that out of there. Oh yeah, you'll need a brick separator when you're messing with a lot of plates too. Okay. All right. So what I can do, I'll have to get some, oh, I got a bunch of these here to shove these in here. It's easy to mess with small ones. If you ever take this apart, or if you take your model apart, you're probably going to need that anyways. And then I can put this here like that. Okay, and then shove this here. And then now I just need to build this up here. How would I do it? I kind of want to go like this. Well, I can shove one of these in here like that, or I can come in like this. That's kind of protruding out too far. I think what I'm going to do is get a 4x4 and place it back there and do it like that. So, a couple of, I'm going to say I shove a 2x3 here. Shove that in there, and we'll do that. And any more groceries? Yes, that tile. Okay, this time I got the tile. I got those too. Now we can finish up some stuff. We're almost there. We're getting there. It's kind of slow, but we're getting it done. It's slow going today. Alright. We have that up there, so we don't need to go any higher than what we're at now. Now I want to kind of blend this in. So what I'm going to do now is just shove this here, and then I'm just going to put this in here and get me a 1x2 plate if I can find one. And stick this in here. Ooh, we got a hole there. Uh-oh. Well, you know what I can do? No, hold on. We were supposed to do it like that anyways. And then this goes right here. And then I'm going to get a 1x2 in there. Now, the reason why I do the topography is that it's more eye appealing when I put the flowers on. If I'm looking, you know, like the shrubs and stuff, if I'm looking at it straight on, you'll see the plants higher in the back. If you're building this for personal use, you don't have to do that. Okay, you just don't have to. And I do not have a 2x6 green. I'll have to get that here in a second to fill that in. Okay, well, while we're here, let's clean up some stuff. We're going to put the rock here. Let's focus right here. I got to get jumper plates. I need one jumper plate and a 1x6 plate. Let's go get those. Alright, so I got my 1x6 plate. That looks good. I'm not sure about that yet, but I think we need to hide that. Don't need to really worry about it. And I got my plate right there. Now, I don't have any more of those sand yellows, so I'm going to have to use medium nougat for the remainder of the stones here. I'm going to clone this over here. Someday they'll make palisade tiles, but until then, this we'll have to do. And all these are going to do, for those who weren't watching the last installments, they're just meant so when I put my benches in, they're going to be sitting cattywampus, catty corner. Yeah, that's what they're for. I got that one in the wrong spot. I can even use rocks in there too, some stone for the rocks. Okay, I gotta... We don't want that spilling over the floor. I've picked that bin up like 3 times. I don't want to have to do it again. Not fun at all. Okay, so we have an issue here. All right, so basically yeah, this brick separator is not really good. And that's it. So basically when I put my bench in here, I can set it like this. And it's right on the, it's sitting right solid. And that's it. Don't worry, those will be changed to a different color. And I think that looks good. Making sure everything is there. As I can put this right here. There you go. Just imagine you can walk up in here and take a seat. Okay. Now, one more item remains, and that's the little stone that goes here. And I'm not worried about the rest of this. I'm going to pull this out of the way. Well, I got a bunch of stuff up here, and now we're going to focus our attention here. This is just going to be a little boulder, a little happy boulder that sits right here by the pathway to greet people. Already got some slopes here. Let me grab those and trying to think of where those are at. There they are. Okay. I can go up a little higher if I want, but I'm not going to make a full-fledged boulder. I could do it like that and then slope it down like this. Could do that. Doesn't matter. May just do that. Stick this here like that, and then kind of bring this down a bit here. And let's see here. See, I can come in here. Let's say I wanted to do something like this. Like that. I'm just setting it in. I'm not committing to anything. And I kind of want it to pour on the pathway a little bit. So if I do this, I can shove that right there. And just kind of have it blended in here. And just get some 45 degrees here. And just stick some small ones right in here. And then that would be really cool. And like I said, it's very basic. I'm not going hardcore on this. Okay, I'm not going really crazy on here. Just give it a happy little home in that corner. Here's some of these. See, that's not going to fit there. I got this in the way. I can pop that out. I want to set it right there, and I can pop this out. Bring it in like this. There's not enough support. Where are the studs? Yeah, I'm bumping into the camera like crazy, guys. I'm sorry. Alright. Some guys have their cameras bolted on a bar and they can slide it across. I don't have the space for that. I can put a corner in there. I may have to get the other ones out. Because that sticks in there. I don't want to go like that. My best bet is to go like this. This is too high. It's just a little boulder. I'm not going to go crazy in this corner here. Because see, once the ground fixtures are in, that's it. Okay? Once I get the ground fixtures in, that's it. That means the only thing left is the seating, the stage, minifigures, trees, and shrubs. Now I'm not going to do that here because that just take too long. That is not a slope. Alrighty. Well, I found a 2x4. That's not supposed to be in there, but that works in there, doesn't it? We'll stick that right in there. That means I could stick another 2x4, or a 45-degree slope there. And I can go like this. That doesn't look too bad. I don't care what color. It's just going to sit in here like that. And then now I'm going to come in here and set this right here. Okay. And we'll fill that in with the brick. Let's get a 2x2. It's okay to have holes in your builds like air. Why? Because Lego does it too. Alright. And then I'm going to have to fill in back there, and that's only held in with one stud. How is that held in there? Yeah. Trying to think here. Or I could do, just take that out. Here's an 18. I know it's wide. If I shove that in there, then I don't have to worry about it. Once this bin overflows with slopes, I am going to pull out earth tones. Pull out the greens and the grays, or just pull out the grays. I'm finding a bunch of 2x4s or 45-degree slope ones. They're in the wrong bin, but I don't have to hunt for them now. I may not have any more of those gray ones left. All I got are these. I already got the 25-degree ones, but I don't have any more of the 18s. I have a bigger one. I mean, I guess I can shove it there. Or why didn't I just shove this one in here? Huh, that would be better. How do I get that out? Very painfully. And pop this out of here. Slide that back by one. Put that in there like that. And then push. Did I even use that one? Yeah, I must have. I think it went like that, but we're not going to do that. We're going to, let's just shove that in there like that. And yeah, and I'll just shove some smaller ones in there. That means if I have this guy here, I'd be inclined to shove that in there. Except I got a 2x3 that will do the job. Okay. And then here I need to get, I could just shove this in here like that. Put a 2x4 here, or a 45 here and a 45 here, and I think we'll be done. I already have a couple of these. I can shove this 45-degree here, but I don't like that protruding there. And yeah, let me get two 2x2 45 degrees, and we'll see what that looks like. Okay, so I got my 45 degrees. Shove these in here. And now it looks kind of rough. That's why I got these. To fill in all the holes, and we can just see some of the... I don't feel like picking that up. I'll get it later. So I'm going to shove a couple of these in here, like right here. And then I'll get those in a second. Put this right down here, kind of behind here. Put one back here. I'll show you all that here in a second. Even I have to look around the corners to find out where everything's going. And let's see here. One right back here. You know what? Could do it like that. And kind of, it's kind of jagged there. And just kind of pour it right there. And then here, put this one right here. Okay. And for the top, you know what I could do? Shove this one right here. Boy, that's not in there pretty good. Ooh. Well, that explains why. Let's put some studs under here. Hey, at least we're fixing it before we put it on display. Okay. Now it's sturdy. And if you have a 2x2 slope, you can stuff that in there. You can shove these little pointed pyramid pieces in here too. What I'm going to do is put this right here. There could be one right here. Put that there. That's how you know we're getting close to finishing up this episode. This series, I might add. I'll have another one of these update videos for a different type of MOC, but I may put it on YouTube members because it'll be pretty involved in terms of it's a cool MOC and I don't want to, you know, it's stuff that I've done a lot of tutorials on in the past, so, you know. Okay, now we're going to fill in the rest of this here. Now I could use quarter round tiles. Some of the studs could be left open for rough rock. Shove that tile in there. Put this one right here. Alright, take a look at the top. Yeah, right there. And one right there. And one right here. I'm trying to fill in all the voids right now. And all right. No. Okay. Okay, you're all gonna go bye-bye because all you're gonna do is slide off every time I look at you weird. Okay. I can put a rock right here, a little pebble. You notice how it's not interfering with the steps. So I'm just imagine if this was not plain down like this, you could just make this a whole entire forest piece. See, I can come in here and put a little rock here or a slope right here. You know what? Let's do that. Let's get a little gray slope and set it right there. That's not a pyramid. Okay, right here. That looks a little better. And right here, I'll put a couple of pebbles here. Maybe one or two. Let's put a few of them right in that corner there. In fact, I could put another slope right there and it would look fine. Let's get another one of those. I could use some 1x2 slopes, but I don't feel like digging in my bin to get them. And I know a lot of people have a bunch of these 1x1 slopes laying around. Lego gives you always extras of those. I can put one right there. One for the little kids to trip over. Okay. And I think that looks pretty good. A little rock facade there. That's right by here. And I think that's it. Now, here's the deal. I can come in here and take a few more of these and just kind of set rocks in here, little pebbles and stuff. Every time I'm in the forest, they're only by other rocks. Usually people pick them up, so you know I don't need to keep them like that. All right, well let's see what this looks like all together. I'll make sure we didn't miss anything, and this will be a wrap for this project. Well, be a wrap for the build installments, and I just got to back it all up now into a program. And that's essentially what we have there. Okay, let me see if I can back you up here without knocking over bins. Somebody asked me, says, Jay, what if you get enough people who complain about all this? I just won't do them anymore. Hope that'll never happen. Okay. So essentially, that's it. The amphitheater goes right here. It'll just sit in here right in the middle, like that. Then your benches will go in here. Okay. So that's how it's going to be. These will be obviously raised up a little higher. Or I could just do is leave them sitting down, but nobody wants the dirt on their back, so I'm going to leave them just 2 plates up. And just make a bunch of them and set them in there. These are the right height right here. What happened? Oh, I'm going to say, I just didn't put it in the right area. There we go. So just imagine you can walk up in here to go to the top row or down here. So there's probably 2 trails that come off here. We don't know. We haven't gotten that far. And now the painstaking task of adding trees. Like, okay, there'll be probably a tree here. That'd be 1, 2, 3, 4. Probably 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, maybe 16. So it's going to be pretty heavily shaded off except for here. Okay. So I think the only thing left to do now, I have to make 12 benches. I just ripped apart a tutorial that had a bunch. If you watch my picnic campground campfire ring, I'll have a link in the description. Those are the fixtures I'm using in here. That tutorial will be in here. This is a tutorial. You'll see later on. This is a tutorial, or the benches and the fire ring will be tutorials. So all the essential pieces you need to make this will be tutorialed. It's up to you, the builder, to come up with your own design for terrain. And for the most part, it doesn't look bad at all. I did notice I forgot 2 studs here. Or 2 things. Let's put those in there real quick. But I swear these little tiles just like rolling out of the bin and they fall all over the place. They're just, matter of fact, I don't even think I even have any more nougat. Getting these things out in this little drawer, because this drawer is overflowed. And I do not have, well, I do. All my containers are full. So, okay, I'm not going to mess with it. I'm just dropping parts. I'm going to do this off stream, but you get the idea. Now all I got to do is put trees, shrubs, benches, this in here, any leftover pieces, and fill up the terrain. And it's done. But you will have to see that on my my main channel. Okay, you have to go back to my main channel. Wait for the. It should be done in when I get this posted by the end of June. Yeah, I'm hoping. I could probably get all this done in a day, maybe. And you may be lucky to see your sig fig in there. I already have somebody reserved for the stage. 1 or 2 sig figs for the stage, maybe 3, and. I don't know. I may call it the talent show in here. We're going to do the talent show for the campground. I think it'd be kind of cool. And yeah. And the height of this is, well, let's take a look here. What is the height of this thing in total? The height in terms of bricks. We have 7 here, 8, 9, 10, 10, and it's almost 11 bricks tall from the tallest brick structure. This right here is 6 bricks tall, and this right here is 3. So I met my target goal. This is 3, this is 6. We're ready to go. Okay, so it's pretty good. Tell me what you think, and can't wait to see you comment on the main video. Be kind of cool what you think of the final project. But at least here, you get to see what it looks like before all the fancy stuff goes in.